Compact crossovers are popular for a whole lot of great reasons. They are roomy enough for most families while being small enough to maneuver in parking garages. You can even add all-wheel drive for added confidence while driving into the country for weekend camping or skiing trips. In short, they have become an attractive alternative to sedans, wagons, or minivans for hauling family or cargo. It's a crowded class with a model or more from just about every manufacturer. That's why in this video, we will be comparing the two all-new models, the 2020 Mazda CX-30 and the 2020 Hyundai Venue. We will look at their price, exterior, interior, and break down their trim levels to help you choose between the two. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. The CX-30 is Mazda's latest small crossover, slotting between the CX-3 and the CX-5, though it wasn't called the CX-4 because Mazda already sells a vehicle by that name in other markets, and the company says that the CX-30 marks the beginning of a new naming convention that will eventually be applied to the whole lineup. With a starting price of $21,900, the CX-30 is an economy crossover, but its exterior design looks premium. The sweeping body lines are complemented by a small greenhouse that lends to a tougher, more tank-like appearance. The hood sticks out further above the headlights, echoing the long-nose appearance of the 3-row CX-9. The small headlights are LED illuminated, and the LED taillights are standard out back. The CX-30 undoubtedly looks the classiest in its segment. It's a thoroughly attractive SUV. As for the Venue, it's the company's newest little crossover, and it boasts distinctive styling and a budget-friendly price tag. With a boxy shape and diminutive proportions, it makes urban exploration easy and fun, with a starting price of $18,500. Just like the massive Palisade, it brings very unconventional design to the segment. For example, the central chrome grille and the split new headlamps positioned in the bumpers surrounded by bright daytime running lights. The overall proportions and dimensions are similar to those of the Mazdas, but the side profile is far more boxier and bolder, which you might like or hate compared to the sleeker lines of the CX-30. The backside is upright and dominated by the Hyundai logo and a large Venue underneath it. The taillights are boxy, keeping up with the rest of the styling, but unlike the CX-30, they only come as LEDs in the denim top trim level, while being optional on the SEL trim. Base models come with halogen lights. As far as the exterior design goes, the Mazda takes it for me here. The sleek, mature design just blows the boxy, quirky Hyundai's one out of the water. Climbing inside, you will notice an even bigger difference between the two. The CX-30's cabin is exceptional. The sound dampening is partly from the high-quality materials found literally everywhere. The leather trim, the soft rubber, the cushioning pads, there is little cheap stuff in here. The touch and feel of the knobs are all the same, regardless of size. The optional leather seats are soft yet supportive with no change in comfort between the front and rear seats. The styling is just as immaculate, from the tiered dashboard to the interior colors, just elegant. The layout is simple yet strategic. There are buttons for features you want access to, like temperature and volume controls. No scrolling through various menus or endlessly tapping the screen. That very screen is only controlled via voice commands and a central knob in the center console. While the idea may seem annoying at first, especially if you are used to a touchscreen, you will soon enough realize how refreshing it is not to have to poke your finger at a dashboard tablet while driving. Although the button icons surrounding the central control knob are on the small side, there is no learning curve in memorizing their locations as there are only 4 of them to tap. Also, the placement of the infotainment screen, heads-up display, and instrument panel are within a similar visual space that your eyes spend less time searching for functions and more time focused on the road ahead. As for comfort, the front seats are spacious enough for most. Even those tall enough will fit in the front with room to spare. Out back, things aren't as good as the front. A 6-footer sitting behind a similarly lofty driver might lack legroom, but headroom shouldn't be a problem, though it's not class-leading. Like the exterior, the interior of the Venue has been thoroughly refreshed and brought in line with the current Hyundai standards. Up front, the design is clean and simplistic, with the dashboard dominated by the 8-inch touchscreen flanked by air vents, sitting above 3 circular dials, which are manual air conditioning controls on lower-spec models and climate controls on the top ones. Don't expect an abundance of premium materials. There is no denying the fact that this is a budget vehicle at the end of the day, though everything feels well screwed together, and there is a mixture of textures to add some visual excitement. Opt for the top-spec denim and one of its 3 interior colors, and you have another degree of customizations for the cabin. Every 2020 Venue comes with a user-friendly 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability as standard. The infotainment system has attractive menus that respond quickly, and the unit also has useful volume and tuning knobs below the screen. Those looking for built-in navigation with real-time traffic updates can have it on the SEL and Denim trim. Otherwise, the base SE has an audio system with 4 speakers, while the SEL and Denim offer 6. There is seating for up to 5 people in the Venue. Both rows have comfortable and supportive seats. The front row has plenty of space, and there is room for 2 adults to sit comfortably in the rear, though 3 might become a crowd. If we go down into pricing and try to break down each of these SUVs into their trim levels, we find that the Mazda comes in 4 variants: the base CX-30, Select, Preferred, and Premium packages, starting at $21,900, going all the way up to $28,200 for the Premium. Comparing this to the Hyundai, which comes in 3 variants, the Venue SE, SEL, and Denim, ranging from $18,500 to $23,200, which means you will have some money to save if you choose the Venue. But what are you sacrificing in terms of features by choosing both base versions? Well, the Venue is very bare bones when it comes to styling. Even the wheels are only 15-inch steel wheels with covers, which makes it look very unappealing. LED headlights and taillights are also not included on the base model. The interior is just as lackluster, missing push-button start, only a single USB port, and even lacking a driver's central armrest. Overall, the base Venue SE is to be avoided since it lacks just about everything one would expect from such a crossover. Even though you can save $3,400, it's just not worth it. But if you go up one model tier to the Venue SEL at $20,400, things start to even out between it and the base CX-30, swapping the steel wheels for 15-inch alloy ones and chrome accents to the exterior. Inside, things get better, though not by much, by adding a second USB port, a 6-speaker audio system as opposed to 4, and automatic climate control. The 8-inch touchscreen is standard on all models with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But even with such an upgrade, the base Mazda remains way out of its league, offering as standard 16-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights and taillights, and rain-sensing windshield. Inside, things are even better, offering a 7-inch display in the instrument cluster, 8-speaker audio system, push-button start, remote keyless entry, and a large 8.8-inch central infotainment screen. The main downside to it, however, is its lack of support for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in this base version. Otherwise, the CX-30 is clearly worth the $1,500 difference in price. Ultimately, if you have around $24,000 to spend, the Venue can become very competitive, offering 17-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights and taillights. Inside also gets a significant upgrade with heated front seats and leatherette upholstery. But the Mazda easily catches up as soon as you go for the Select trim level at $23,900, only missing out on the heated front seats, but adding bigger 18-inch alloy wheels, dual-zone climate control, and getting both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Going into safety and driving aid features, the CX-30 aced all 6 collision test evaluations by the IIHS. They also noted that models equipped with the Smart City brake support provide a superior level of front crash prevention. In terms of tech, every CX-30 comes standard with forward collision warning and braking, full range adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, and drowsy driver alert. Options include blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, keyless entry, dual-zone AC, and rear AC vents. As for the 2020 Venue, it hasn't been tested by the NHTSA or the IIHS. However, Hyundai outfits every model with standard driver assistant technology, as well as available blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert. Key safety features include as standard forward collision warning and automated emergency braking, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, and driver attention warning. Under the hood of each of these SUVs is a capable engine. The headline on all marketing materials for the CX-30 is class-leading standard horsepower. It offers up the same 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with 186 horsepower and up to 186 pound-feet of torque, backed by a 6-speed automatic transmission found in the Mazda 3, CX-5, and Mazda 6. It accelerates quickly, especially from a stop, delivering sufficient power for both cruising around town and passing on the highway. The engine gets noisy when you floor the gas pedal, but the automatic transmission shifts smoothly. As you might expect from a Mazda, it's fun to drive with minimal body roll even when zipping around turns, and its firm brakes and responsive steering help make it one of the sportiest SUVs in its class, and despite its sportiness, it offers a cushioned ride. As for the Venue, it won't blow your socks off, but it certainly offers a driving experience that will appeal the target demographic. The 1.6-liter gas engine's rather uninspiring outputs are translated into the Venue's on-road character, accelerating to city speeds with adequate pace, though without any real urge. A lot of that comes down to the fact that the Venue doesn't reach its peak output until very high in the rev range. The 2020 Venue's 121 horsepower 4-cylinder engine, which delivers sufficient motivations around town, is available with a 6-speed manual transmission. It's only standard on the base model, which is a great little shifter with a slick and accurate action combined with a slightly springy clutch pedal. Otherwise, a CVT automatic is optional on the base model and standard on the SEL and Denim trim levels. Shoppers who want all-wheel drive will be disappointed because all models are front drive only. Overall, the Venue is a good subcompact SUV that is agile in traffic thanks to its small proportions and reactive steering. Unfortunately, some reviewers say that the steering is a bit touchy on the highway, which often required attention to stay steady in the lane at highway speeds. That probably makes the tiny Hyundai better suited for short commutes rather than highway trips. To conclude, while the exterior design might appeal to some people and make them consider the Venue, since it's a matter of personal preference, the interior is hands down a win for the Mazda CX-30 with its elegant and modern look with plush materials everywhere. The engines and driving dynamics are also the same story, with the Mazdas being more powerful, agile, yet comfortable, which leads unsurprisingly to the Mazda CX-30 being the winner of this comparison. So, which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications for the latest reviews and news. Take care, and see you in the next one.